Hey Wire fans, welcome to another episode here on Soprano Street, and today we will be doing a Wire fantasy draft between Soprano Street and Pure Kino. We recorded this at the same time we did the Sopranos draft and changed up the format a little bit. This time we are more open with the choices, but we have less picks, thinking perhaps it provides more strategy. It ended up going a bit differently than we expected, but I guess you'll see that here soon. So let's get on with the draft.
We're gonna go anyone Barksdale, Prop Joe, Marlowe, like any criminal except for the Greeks is what we're picking from.
Yes, pretty much. Because if you get the Greek, I mean, it's pretty much game over.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
are you
yeah.
gonna say?
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
reason we left
yeah.
the York out of out of
Can
Sopranos.
we pick other people in the Greeks crew besides the Greek, or just no one as part of the Greeks?
I'll leave that one up to you. I'll leave that one up to you because the Greek is definitely the connection, but I'll leave that one up to you.
I think we should avoid it because I think you're right. I think I would always pick Greek guys, even not just the Greek, but like Spiros, the Russian guy. I would always pick
Yeah.
them because they're very competent. So let's stick with the Baltimore natives
Sounds like
or New York natives.
yes. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess you
And we're
get.
doing 3 rounds here.
Yeah, we'll do 3 rounds, and I get the first pick on
You
this.
get a first pick, yeah. Okay.
All right. On this one, first pick, I'm actually gonna go Brother Muzone.
Brother Muzone, that's a good pick.
Yes, Brother Muzone. He is quite capable. He's as long as you're not backstabbing him, he is about as loyal as they come.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't really have much interest in taking a top position from anybody.
Yeah.
So I think in that sense, he would be very capable. He'd be similar to a Furio on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I think
That's a great pick. My first pick is probably going to be probably Chris. And I'm thinking of like a loyal hitman who can do jobs. Chris is probably the second best pick for me. Very smart, very rational. He didn't want him going after Omar. Like he wanted to try to avoid that bullshit. So, but he'll do the dirty work, and he'll put those bodies in those houses. So, I'll go with Chris.
all right. It's a good pick. It's actually a little different pick than I was expecting, so I'm gonna change my strategy up a little bit here. I'm gonna actually go with Stringer.
Stringer. Ooh.
Yes, Stringer. He is competent enough on the streets to where I think Brother Mazzone could handle the ground level operations that while he's trying to work at legitimate money. Legitimate money is definitely a good thing to come across.
Yeah.
So I think Stringer could be a good addition to the crew. So I'm gonna go with Stringer for number 2.
All right. Well, if you're going down that route, I'm gonna go down the street route. I'm gonna go double down on the street aspect, and I'm not gonna go with Marlowe, which is kind of the obvious choice, just because I hate him so much. I just can't pick him as my guy. But I'm gonna go with Prop Joe. He I don't. I mean, I could pick Avon. But I don't. I think Avon's a little bit too street. I think Stringer's a little bit. I mean, that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Avon's too street. Stringer's too business. Neither one of them have the right balance, which is why they both lose. And I think Prop Joe is closer. He's got his problems. He's too trusting, especially a family. But for me, he has a real good balance of business and streets, of like just being quiet but not reaching too far. That's what Stringer's whole problem was, reaching too far.
He did. Okay. Well, actually, okay. Well, this is a different. I'm gonna go a little more corporate and street at the same time here. I'm gonna pick Cheese.
Cheese.
Yes, I'm gonna pick Cheese with round 3 because you have Prop Joe, so it's his nephew and he's quite burdensome to him.
Okay.
But there's a side thing here. If we're trying to go legitimate, then I can tell Stringer, look, invest in the music business. Cheese is a legendary level rapper. Invest in some studio time. We'll have Brother Mazzone do the security. We'll be doing good in no time.
All
But
right.
no,
You're
we would need somebody actually street level on the
you,
street. And
you
I was thinking about picking Brody, but since you have Prop Joe, I'm gonna go Cheese because that might give me a little bit of insight into your inner workings or whatever.
okay? That's an interesting choice. If you're gonna go down that road, maybe you should tell Stringer to get out of the game and instead pursue a career in acting. If we're
Yeah,
gonna go
that's true.
into this meta level analysis here.
That's true.
Um,
He wouldn't be as good as
okay.
me then.
No, the cheese is a smart pick if I have Prop Joe because that was his whole weakness was family.
Mm.
So okay, that's smart actually. Um, I got Prop Joe, I got Chris. My last pick is going to be I'm gonna go with Slim Charles. Kind of a natural synergy with Joe. Again, kind of half soldier, half leader. There, so I got a little bit of both, kind of a balanced character there, and I think yeah, there's a reason he survives to the end because it's all he's focused, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I'd say Poot did too, but I would definitely take Slim
well,
Charles.
Pooh retired though. That was his
Oh
whole
yeah,
thing. It's like
yeah.
he got out of the game, which is smart.
Mm.
But yeah, I think Slim Charles is one of the most successful of the the pawns basically.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess then my final case for my actual crew is going to have two prongs. I'm going to have the legitimate prong with cheese wrapping,
Yeah,
but also in terms of the street side, I will say Stringer knows it well enough that if he doesn't actually have to be involved in the street corner stuff, I think he might be able to handle it. Cheese is very apt at the street corner stuff, but he's not very trustworthy, which is why Brother Muzone will come in handy. Because Brother Muzone is quite trustworthy. He has no interest in really selling the drugs himself. He just is sort of a mercenary, but a very loyal, or I don't know, loyal, but trustworthy one in that
yeah,
sense. Plus, Cheese, might give me some insight into Prop Joe if he lets his guard down at some point in time.
yeah.
But what do you think
Good.
about yours?
I think just like the Sopranos thing, I'm inclined to pick characters who have less like personality issues. That's the big thing about the show for me was the characters that had big personalities had a lot of issues that went along with that. And so I kind of intentionally picked people who are like more, we don't see them a whole lot, so there's less for them to fuck up. I think my crew again is very low key, very focused, and doesn't have a lot of like natural conflicts that I think would emerge from their personalities. So yeah, that's why I picked my guys.
I could definitely see that. In that sense, it was definitely good going Prop Joe over Avon because Avon can just
Yeah,
stir up some stuff by his own.
yeah, too much. He's too much.
Too much, indeed. Well, thank you for coming on for the wire draft. As I will be leaving links and whatnot to your channel and everything in the descriptions of all these. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. Thanks for coming on the show.
No, it's my pleasure. This was really fun, and it's always great to talk to another, Sopranos content creator like this. So thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it very much. Have a good one.
All right.
Well, if I'd known to start with that the legitimate part would have been part of my strategy, I guess I probably should have drafted Wallace and convinced him to go into acting as well. But anyway, I like the potential strategy that opening up the number of choices presents, but I think we should have done more rounds, so in the future we probably will. Ultimately, I think it would work a whole lot better if I could get a few more channels in on it, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching this episode. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you at the next score.